What issues are at the top of your agenda for this year's annual meeting, especially in your capacity as co-chair?
Closer international cooperation among policymakers and business leaders is a top issue we need to address at this year's annual meeting in Davos. We need to keep in mind that 2010 will be a critical year for us, for our economies, for our citizens, for global society as a whole, and probably for generations to come. The challenges we are facing today are possibly greater than ever before. Even while we are still struggling to overcome the impacts of both the financial and economic crisis, we now have to find the right regulatory responses, the right balance to the financial crisis, and start paying off the fiscal liabilities incurred as a result. If we want to secure sustainable growth for the future, we need more stringent and effective global cooperation among policymakers as well as between industries and businesses.
What ought to be the central pillars of a new domestic and international regulatory regime for the world's largest financial institutions?
Well, in my opinion, there are four central elements that the new regulatory regime should have. First, sound capital ratios that are in line with the underlying risks and that do not exert procyclical effects. We should be careful here not to stifle economic activity. Second, we need a more robust market infrastructure that allows us to remove failed institutions without disrupting the financial system. With greater transparency, liquidity, and reliability, it will be possible for us to rebuild investor confidence in highly complex markets. Third, in addition to a more robust infrastructure, we need efficient recovery and resolution regimes for an orderly winding down of even large and complex financial institutions. And finally, but probably most important of all, new regulation must be internationally harmonized to avoid competitive distortions, market fragmentation, and in the end, a renationalization of the global economy.
In what ways are you engaged with the World Economic Forum? And what value do you think this partnership brings, particularly in fulfilling the mission to improve the state of the world?
The World Economic Forum is, as we all know, an important element of the global response to the challenges we are facing at the global level. These challenges are extremely complex and have extensive international interdependencies. We therefore need to engage world leaders in politics and business in a focused and continuous dialogue. Coming to grips with today's challenges requires the global insights and visionary perspectives that such an international dialogue can provide. As the CEO of a global bank, I'm familiar with the dynamics and risks of a truly global industry. But I also have the privilege every day of experiencing firsthand the tremendous potential and power that come from joint efforts across cultures, borders, and religions. Thanks to its global and interdisciplinary approach, the World Economic Forum provides a very real opportunity to engage in just such a dialogue across countries, continents, and cultures. I'm extremely confident that once again, the annual meeting in Davos will be able to make a significant contribution to improving the state of the world.